Hello my friends, this is Mirat. In this video I'd like to talk about a very important topic that I've been thinking about a lot over the past few months. Well, the topic is that you shouldn't quit your 9-to-5 job for starting your own business immediately. The reason that I'm trying to say this is that over the past few months I've been seeing a lot of people saying that they hate their job, they hate working for somebody else, they hate working from 9 to 5, and they just want to quit their own job and then start working for themselves, start their own business. Or they have already quit their 9 to 5 job and they have already launched a business. But a lot of these people have a completely different situations than normal people like me. So this new wave of people saying that they hate their 9 to 5 job and they want to quit their job, it's really dangerous, because most of the time these videos encourage you that you do the same thing. These videos encourage you that you quit the job you hate every day and just start your own business. Well, I 100% support working for yourself. I 100% support starting your own business. I'm a developer. I like launching startups. I like creating applications. But you need to be really careful about these videos and the encouragement behind them. Because most of the time, you need to watch these videos really carefully. You need to pay attention to the situations of these people really carefully. I've seen a lot of people in my life. I have a lot of friends. A lot of people like me, they just want to have a steady growth. They want to have their own stable life and they want to build their own business step by step. They don't want to become a millionaire overnight. So a lot of these videos say that if you hate your 9 to 5 job, just quit it and then start thinking about your business, start your own business. Well, it's not that simple. Over the past few years, I'm a developer. I've been doing web development every day of my life. I've been doing this for over the past few years, 5 or 6 years. And I can create a web application in a few weeks. I can complete it in a few months. I can build a startup in a few months. But I've never been able to do this perfectly and completely, because it's not like movies that you can just create an application over a weekend and then start making money off that and then just quit your job. If you have a family, if you have kids, if you want to have a family, if you want to get married and you want to start a family and you want to buy a car and a house and you want to do all these things step by step, well, it's easier that you do your 9 to 5 job and then build your business as a side hustle step by step. And for those people who are like me, we want a steady growth. We don't want to, quit everything and suddenly start working on something that we don't know the result. That's my point. And over the past few years, I've been trying to do different things, trying to start an application, launch startup, trying to build some YouTube channels. I've been trying to see other people and try to learn from them. But the reality is that you are a unique person. You are completely different from another person. And even if you do 100% like the person you're following, the result is not gonna be the same. So you need to be really careful about what you do. If you hate your job, I hate working for somebody else. I hate go to work from 9 to 5 every day. I hate that. But I've been doing this for over the past few years because I have a longer plan. It's not like that I want to become a millionaire or I want to start my own business overnight. Over the past few months, at least for the last 2 years, I've been trying to try different things and get results from that. Watching YouTube videos, reading books is good, but it's not enough. It's just a 20% of the way. So you need to try yourself and try to get some feedbacks. This is what I've been doing. So as a web developer, as somebody who is doing web development every day, I highly suggest that if you're a tech guy or if you're not a tech guy and you want to quit your job and then suddenly start a business, especially if you want to launch a startup, if you want to launch a website, it's not going to be easy because Even if you are a developer, only 20% of the way is the skill. The rest 80% is a lot of other things that happen along the way, and you have no idea about those difficulties. If you want to have a backup plan, if you want to be sure about your future, about the next 5 years, it's better that you have a job to do, a 9-to-5 job. I know it feels terrible, it feels really bad. After a couple of years doing this, working for somebody else, it's painful. The whole point of this video is that telling you that there is another side, that a lot of people hate their job and this is normal. But we need to do this for the sake of our family, for the sake of our future, because from 10 of ideas, from 10 of startups, only one will be successful. That's the average. And it's also true for other businesses. And I believe this number is not even near to reality. The real number is bigger than this. I believe that's 1 in 20, 30 businesses that start will be successful. It's not like that you watch a YouTube video and then say, okay, well, this guy is quitting their job. Okay, I want to do the same. Don't do this. Next thing I want to tell you is that if you're young enough, well, it's easier for you to do this. If you don't have any debt, if you don't have any loan to pay to settle, it's easier for you to do this. Just do it for a couple of years. If you're 18 years old, 20 years old, 22 years old, try to, try thing that you like to do. I don't encourage you to do this. I don't suggest to everybody, but if you think that you're not a guy who can work for somebody else, just for a couple of years, 1 or 2 years, try to start your own business. And then you realize that it's not that easy that you think. But for those of you who are like me, I want to get a loan, then I want to pay my loan, settle my loan, and then I want to have a steady life. A lot of people like me. It's not like that we don't have the courage to do things, but at some point, especially when you grow older and older, it feels you need to be secure. You need to have a stable life. And it feels better. Along the way, you can start and build your business step by step. And one funny thing is that where I live is Finland. And the way Finns live is that they don't care about money that much. It's a European way basically, and you can see it, you can feel it here as well. And even in Nordic countries like Finland or Sweden, it's a bit different. You have both the security in your life, in your job, and also you can have a decent life, a normal life that you can enjoy from it. And here, Finns prefer to, make enough money to have fun in the weekend, because even if they get fired, in most cases, government will support them. There are a lot of good insurances that they support unemployed persons. This is the system that the government came up with. So with relying on the system here, you can trust on that and say that, well, this amount of money is enough for me and I can have a good life with that. But the good point about countries like Finland is that you can also become a millionaire. So if you're a developer, it doesn't matter where you live. You can just start your own business. You can launch your application. You can have a website. And then you can build your tech business step by step. And then if it's a website, if it's an application, it doesn't matter where you live. Everybody around the world can have the access to that and you can make money. Well, the tax on income is a little bit higher here, but it's not that much that you can think that, oh, I'm gonna lose 70% of my income. It's maybe a couple of percent higher than other countries and maybe 5 or 10% higher than USA. But it's only if you earn a lot of money. In that case, you don't care about 45, 50, 60% of tax. And even in those cases, you can do something that you can decrease your tax rate. Okay, it doesn't matter. I don't want to talk about tax rate or things like this. The point here is that the way I've been living here for the past 3 years is that I need to do my own job, do it in a good way, and then I can have my own business as a side and grow it step by step. But my suggestion is that whether you want to start your own business or if you want to work for somebody else, try to grow skill, build your skill. So for instance, if you're a developer, if you're working as a developer, try to come up with ideas related to web development. Create a web application. Or if you don't want to create a web application or even an application, if you want to create a course, just try to come up with courses related to programming or development or startups even. If you want to start a YouTube channel like this, for instance, I started with, filming from nature. Then I realized that, well, it's better to be close to what I do daily. So I started talking about web development, about being a developer, about how to do your work as a developer, how to start a business, and these kind of things. And not only I try to share my knowledge with you, but also I try to leverage to increase my knowledge in that area. So I read first, I try to learn something new, and then I try to share it with you. And it helps me that through time, I build up my muscles, and it's really great. That way, if you focus on your skill, and if you want to start a business and your business is around your expertise, your skill, even after a few years, even if you quit your job, there is still a way to get back in, to get back in the game. Because if you're a developer and you start doing something else, for instance, starting a designing company or designing startup, then after a few years, if you fail, it's going to be really difficult for you to find a job as a developer, to get back in the game as a developer, because your knowledge is already outdated and you need to learn more about that. But if you're doing something close to what you do daily, it's going to be much easier for you to find a job if you decide to quit your job at some point. Okay, that was pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I will talk about these things if you're interested. And this is basically some honest talk with you. I don't want to talk boldly, I just want to share my feelings, the situation I'm in, and I try to find other people like me and try to build a community around this and just share our thoughts on this. And it feels good that we feel that we're not alone in this situation. And I have started working on my startup, which is basically a simple SaaS for now. And I will talk about that later. But there are a lot of difficulties and complexities there, that it's not like simple that I quit my job and start my own business. I will talk about them more, but that's it for this video. Thank you. See you.